Welcome to World News by Halandzovskyi. If you value clear, balanced, and thoughtful analysis of global developments, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your view. In a world where technology and governance collide, understanding policy shifts is essential. Today, we examine a significant policy move that could reshape the digital landscape: Australia's decision to ban specific social media platforms over national security concerns, and how this action is influencing debates across Europe and the United States. Australia has announced a ban on several major social media platforms, citing concerns over national security, data privacy, and foreign influence operations. According to officials, the regulation aims to prevent manipulation of public discourse, protect citizen data from being accessed by hostile actors, and curb what authorities describe as harmful content that evades shared oversight. The policy emerged against a backdrop of escalating public frustration with misinformation and online radicalization, as well as pressure from intelligence agencies to tighten digital borders. Canberra argues that tech companies have repeatedly failed to self-regulate in ways that align with democratic values and public safety. Its response, therefore, is to restrict the operation of platforms that cannot or will not meet strict security standards. This decision has sparked immediate controversy. Supporters say that digital spaces have become vectors for disinformation, foreign interference, and destabilizing content. By taking decisive action, Australia positions itself at the forefront of digital governance, arguing that sovereign states must be able to control the platforms operating within their jurisdictions. Critics counter that the ban threatens freedom of expression and could set a precedent for broader censorship. They warn that government control over internet access, even if intended to protect national interests, risks stifling open dialogue and fragmenting the global digital ecosystem. In democracies with strong civil liberties traditions, this balance between security and freedom becomes increasingly delicate. Australia's move has prompted renewed debate in Europe and the United States, where lawmakers and regulators are already scrutinizing big tech. In the European Union, discussions about tighter controls on social platforms are well underway, focusing on privacy, hate speech, and the power concentration of major technology firms. Canberra's ban reinforces arguments for stronger oversight and legal authority to restrict platforms that fail to comply with stringent standards. In the United States, lawmakers from both parties are watching closely. Some argue that foreign actors have exploited social media to interfere in democratic processes, spread disinformation, and undermine public trust. These concerns have fueled bipartisan interest in reforming platform liability protections, enhancing transparency, and empowering regulators to act more aggressively when security risks are identified. However, U.S. constitutional protections for free speech complicate the path toward outright bans. Any government effort to limit access to entire platforms must contend with deeply entrenched principles of expression and press freedom. The debate thus reflects a broader tension between democratic values and technological realities. How to protect citizens without eroding the very freedoms that define democratic societies. Another dimension of this shift involves China's model of digital control, where extensive censorship and surveillance are already the norm. Australia's policy is not inspired by Beijing's approach, but it signals that democracies are increasingly willing to question the assumption that global platforms operate outside national regulation. The challenge lies in finding a framework that balances security, individual rights, and the global nature of the Internet. For countries like Ukraine, engaged in a sophisticated information war, how democracies regulate social media matters deeply. Platforms can be tools of empowerment or vectors of manipulation. Striking the right balance affects public opinion, national resilience, and the ability of governments to communicate with citizens honestly and effectively. As this debate evolves, the world must consider whether we are entering an era where digital sovereignty is as important as territorial sovereignty, and whether governments can craft rules that promote both safe and free digital spaces. Thank you for watching this report on World News by Halandzovskyi. If you found this analysis compelling, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. Your support helps keep independent and informed journalism alive. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and see you in the next update.